going on? It's PokeTCG Gamer back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be going over my week 5 match in the NPL Majors, in which we are facing Schady, coach of the Bayern Munich. We are coming off our second win of the season. We are now 2-2 plus 6 differential. In fact, we have actually went in the order of lost one, so hopefully we can break that streak this week versus Shoutouts, who has a very scary team. Before this match, we each made a pretty good amount of trades and waivers, so both of our teams are looking pretty different. Honestly, I haven't really had the time to make a video for the waivers. I might try to do that for week 6, but basically I'm just gonna tell you guys what I dropped and what I picked up very quickly. So I did drop Jellicent, Florges, Primeape, and Zawilus. So 2 of those things in Primeape and Zawilus actually never got to hit the field, which is a bit unfortunate, but we do have 4 very new teammates who I'm very excited to use for the rest of the season. We have Primarina, Spiritomb, and then 2 of them you see on the screen right now, in Audino and Hitmonlee. So I'll go into more depth in a separate video why I made those waivers, but let's just get into the team that Schady has. A very scary team. He has Mega-Kang, Skarmory, Latias, Nidoqueen, Weavile, which is his Zmon, which he actually just got this week, Seismitoad, Comfey, Gourgeist, Heliolisk, Combusken, and Photo. So looking at his team, I pretty much expect some combination of the 7 mons I'm about to say in Mega-Kang, Skarmory, Latias, Nidoqueen, Weavile, Seismitoad, and Photo. Some combination of those 7. The other 4 I really don't expect that much. Like, I could see, I guess, Gourgeist or Heliolisk coming. Not really Comfey or Gourgeist, though. I mean, Combusken. So, pretty much, let's just look at my team. I have this Scizor set with the Akaberry, basically designed to take on Weavile. If he's for some reason natural gift fire, well, not even for some reason, like, he definitely could bring that kind of set. So we have that. This is a guaranteed one-time check to it. We can bullet punch it. We can, or I'd probably just U-turn out on it. But this is also a win con as well as switching to Weavile. So it can SD, and it's actually super threatening to his team once Seismitoad is weakened and Skarmory is dead. Which is why you'll see later, this is the Hitmonlee is another huge threat this week, and another one of my win cons. But this is basically just the Scizor designed to switch into the Weavile. It could pivot into the Latias, and I can pivot out to see if he has HP Fire. Audino is something I'm very happy I picked up because it's just an amazing pivot, and my team just didn't have like something to just pivot into so many things and just scout, and it's just a great mod. So let's actually go into that next, and actually I'm gonna just explain the speed. I'm pretty sure is just for Seismitoad. If you wanted to run like 16 speed Seismitoad, I think that's what I'm creeping with that. So yeah, that's pretty much Scizor. So next up we have our Audino with a pretty interesting set. It's just max speed F because I wanted something to be able to pivot into the Latias, the Nidoqueen, and the Heliolisk, and maybe like a Specs Photo, I guess. So we have Wish Protect, obviously Recovery, Toxic to hit things just like Latias, Mega-Kang, Seismitoad, weaken them down, and then Knockoff just because I didn't want to bring normal stab, and Knockoff, it just gets rid of like Skarmory's leftovers or Rocky Helmet, gets rid of Lottie's item if it's not Z-move, or it can't be Z-move, sorry. Get rid of like Nidoqueen's Life Orb, make it do less, get rid of like Seismitoad's leftovers, and it just gets rid of a lot of items, which I'm very happy that I brought this set this week. It just puts in a lot of work, and like I said, I needed something to pivot into his massive special attackers. So next up we have Hippowdon, pretty standard Hippowdon, Stealth Rock, Slack Off, Earthquake, and Whirlwind. Pretty defensive. We're running enough defense to, I'm not really sure why I have like just the 20 in speed F. I did play this game like a week ago. But I do obviously Stealth Rocks just because we're not bringing Ace off this week. So I have Stealth Rocks, obviously, Whirlwind just to phase things out, and obviously I can't hit things like the Skarmory. And Earthquake just for general stat hits things like the Nidoqueen, super effective. This is just my main switch into Mega-Kang. If it wants to toxic me, then if it wants to like Toxic and Wish, another thing about Whirlwind is if he wishes, I can Whirlwind him out so he won't get that wish, and I can possibly just keep his Mega-Kang Sunwell. Next up, we have a huge threat to his team in Hitmonlee with the Choice Scarf Reckless this week with Rapid Spin, Knockoff, Close Combat, and High Jump Kick. Like if you look at his team, he has I think 3 fighting resists and then 1 immunity. But even though he has all those resists and the immunity, like he does not switch into this well. Like Comfy, like I really don't expect, but like that does resist all my coverage except for obviously Rapid Spin. Gorgeist, I can knock that off. Same with Latias, and Nidoqueen I can also knock off, but like Nidoqueen and Latias, they really just don't appreciate Adamant, Scarf, Reckless, High Jump Kicks, which is what I'm going to try to take advantage of, and hopefully he thinks that Skarmory is a switch into this, and I can just 2-hit KO with High Jump Kick, and that will help out my Scizor in that sense. And just Rapid Spin, just in case I need to get off a Rapid Spin, and I don't really need to keep this, I can just do like a Suicide Rapid Spin versus something. Next up we have Thundurus, this week with Knockoff, Fly, Grass Knot, and Thunderbolt. Speed creeping the Heliolisk with the Flying Z. Now I had a lot of discrepancies with this set, or not, I had a lot of things that I wanted to do with this set, but I ended up going with the Z-Fly option because I wanted a way to hit Latias, Nidoqueen, and Mega-Kang all pretty hard with the Z move, and Z-Fly was pretty much the neutral option. Like something like Z-Psychic doesn't hit Latias. I guess I could have brought Z Dark, but I really didn't want to bring Knockoff and Dark Pulse. And Knockoff is just super nice to get rid of items, like I said, and just hit the Latias pretty hard. So yeah, this is pretty much the Thundurus set. EVs, I think it's Knockoff into Fly is a guaranteed kill on max HP Nidoqueen. Don't quote me on that though, I'm not entirely sure, but trust me, the EVs make sense. And lastly, we have this Victini. Now, it was a pretty tough decision between Victini and Primarina. I decided to go with Victini, even though Victini and Thundurus fill similar roles. This Victini gave me something to, like I felt like my team was pretty weak to Skarmory, even though I have the Thunder. And we're back, guys. We have my replay of my battle versus Schady, obviously. So if you guys just skipped the battle, pretty much quick overview of my team: defensive Scizor, Spadef Dino, South Rocks defensive Hippowdon, Scarf, Hitmonlee, Z move 4 attacks Thundurus, and Toxic 3 attacks Colbur Berry, Victini. So he basically brought everything I expected. Like he could have brought the Weavile or something, but like it didn't have the best matchup, seeing as my priority users beat it, and I had pretty good walls for it, as well as good lures for it. Things like Colbur Berry, Victini was pretty obvious. But yeah, let's just get into the battle. I'm kind of pissed because this is the 3rd time I'm trying to record this. My audio just keeps cutting out, and it's just kind of weird. But that's why I gotta get a new mic. But let's just start this battle off. So I lead off with Thundurus. Thought it'd give me a good lead matchup versus his Rockers in Nidoqueen and Seismitoad. But he leads off with this, so I just go hard into my Hippowdon, my dedicated counter to this. He could have thrown off a Toxic, but he just decided to play it safe and throw off a Return. So he actually does 38 to himself with the Sand. So now I just slack off trying to keep my Hippowdon healthy. Sorry if I'm talking a bit too fast because I've already done this twice. So now I just have my rocks as we exchange rocks, and now I'm just gonna Whirlwind, but he out-prioritized me with his. So now he gets in my Hitmonlee, and I'm just gonna scout, go in my Thunder, see if he has the Brave Bird. As you guys can see right here, he in fact does have the Brave Bird, only doing 25, which is very nice because I can now switch into rocks 2 more times. So now I know he's not going to stay in. I just knock off predicting Duati or the Nidoqueen. As this is great, I get to knock the Nidoqueen. It was actually Choice Scarf, which is a huge threat. So now I burn my Z move, as this was the only way I could kill this, and I want this thing dead. So now he goes into his Photo. I go into my Dino right here. Oh, I just reset it, and we're just gonna skip a few turns, and I go on my Dino scouting to see if he was banded. If he was, I could play accordingly, but he is not, so I'm just gonna throw off a Toxic, as I was pretty sure he was bulk up at this point in the game, as I do throw out the Toxic, and another, me protecting was pretty obvious, so I'm just gonna go into my my Scizor, as he just bulks up again, and now I'm in a position where I don't really need my Scizor, and I can just U-turn out into my Dino into a Protect, so basically killing this Photo. But he does get the flinch, which is a little unfortunate, but now it wasn't really that bad, as now I can just Bullet Punch, and I can just go into my Dino following this, and because Toxic has been racking up so much, I can just click Protect, and as long as he doesn't save this, which he could, I kill this, as Dino now gets its first kill of the season, which is pretty cool. It was my Toxic, but a kill is a kill. So now he goes into his Latias, and this play was a bit unfortunate, because he actually does miss Toxic, as I just click Knockoff, as his Colberry, and the reason why that was unfortunate is because he stays into Toxic again, and I feel if he landed the first one, he would not have let me Toxic his Latias, which comes into play later. So pretty much I'm just gonna Wish up as he just roosts, and now I'm pretty much just free to knock off, or actually I think I might go into my Victini here, just passing off the Wish. As that is what I do. I go into the Victini, and I do get the Wish back, so now I'm pretty confident I can live any hit from this thing, and if he knocks, I have the Cobra, so I just Energy Ball. As he reveals to be Assault Vest, I'm pretty sure, for my calcs, as he does Hydro Pump, leave me in range of rocks, so that's pretty nice, as now he goes into his Latias, as I just Energy Ball again, doing only 10%, but it's a Latias, so I just go into my Dino, because I can just fire off another Wish, and if he keeps staying in with this Latias, the Toxic damage will rack up eventually. So I'm just going to Wish up, and I think he goes hard into his Kangaskhan, I want to say. Yeah, he does, and because I have the Wish in the air, I'm pretty much free to fire off a Toxic here, because I'm going to live any hit, and this thing, as he just throw up his own Wish. So I do get the Toxic off, and now I get the Wish back. I lose a little bit more, but I'm just going to get it back with Regenerator. So now I go into my Powdon. If he returns, he's going to take a lot from Rocky Helmet and Sand and Toxic, as he does return. Bring him down to 4% before the Wish, but he's going to just get back up to half, but Toxic is going to bring him back down to 42. So now he just Toxics me, which I'm perfectly fine with at this point, as I just slack off, and now he's going to Wish up. And I actually just Whirlwind here. It was kind of misplay, I guess, but either way, this Kangaskhan could not switch into pretty much anything anymore and Wish, because if it wished, it would die, because it would take rocks and Toxic at that point. So now I'm just gonna go into my Dino, as he actually does get the Wish back with his Seismitoad, which is kind of unfortunate, but at the same time I can deal with it. As now I'm going to throw off a Toxic, as he knocks off my leftovers. In hindsight, I probably should have just sacked off my Victini, but I wanted to get this Seismitoad on a timer. So now I think I just sack off my Powdon. Or no, I do Wish up, because I know I can live pretty much any hit into Toxic and just Protect. And even though the Protect is pretty obvious, I had to go for it, as he goes into Scarm. So I do Protect, and after the Wish, and after the Toxic takes its toll after the Wish, I'm at 29. But I can get back up to around half because of Regenerator. So now I just sack my Victini to this Brave Bird. And now I'm able to go into my Thundurus and pretty much just quick T-Bolt, because Seismitoad is in range of Grass Knot. Latias dies to the Thunderbolt into knockoff at the range it's at. And yeah, so he just sacks off his Kangaskhan. and so I do T-Bolt, and now he's just able to go into his Latias and just roost up. So now I'm just going to go into my Dino, and after Toxic I will be at 4, or no, he does actually Side Shock, so but now he's in a position where he should roost because he's going to be too weakened if he does not click roost. So I just click a knockoff, and basically a protect is pretty obvious here, so I'm just going to click knock again, trying to knock off one of the other 2 Pokemon on his team. As I do knock off the Skarmory, revealing right here he's Rocky Helmet, and now I'm going to burn my last chance to go into my Thundurus, for 1 because I guess I could still Rapid Spin, but 2, I pretty much just get a kill with this thing because it's Latias is once again too low to switch into Thunderbolt into knockoff. So now he goes into his Latias, as I'm just gonna spam attacks versus this thing. I switch it up eventually. So I click knock first, and here I realize that Fly is gonna be able to burn Toxic pretty quick and leave this thing in range of Hitmonlee. So now I'm just gonna, obviously Fly's gonna go off and do 29 as he's just gonna roost. And right here, make a misplay of Grass Knotting. Like, either knockoff was definitely my play. If he went into his Seismitoad knockoff into Grass Knot, would have obviously killed that thing. And even just Grass Knot would have killed it. So now I'm just gonna keep saying knockoff because he can no longer roost stall me, and he just clicks Side Shock there, as he is now at 15%, and at this point, his last 2 months are weakened to the point where Scarf Hitmonlee cleans up with close combat. So sorry if this was a pretty quick recording, guys. I'm just a little frustrated with my mic. But yeah, you guys are going to see FR after close combat, and we defeat Schady. We are now 3-2 with a +8 differential, and next week we're playing Gypsy King, coach, obviously, of the, I'm totally blanking on his name for some reason. Oh, the Sydney Sharpedos. But either way, guys, hope you guys are hyped for that game. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button down below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.